had a gut feeling, and sometimes I just follow my gut, and that's just one thing I've always learned is sometimes you got to do it. So I did, and I went there. The guy was really nice to my customer, and 5 minutes later he felt really bad. He bought it on Craigslist and he thought it was trash, and he couldn't get a hold of the guy, and he bought it as is, and he was really worried he got scammed. So I said, well, I'll be honest with you, and I'll see what I can do, and I'll get you before I do anything, I'll give you a price and all this stuff. No, that was in case I had to replace a hard drive or do any reflows or anything like that, because that's what this other guy does. And it just conveniently turned out to be something real simple, and it made us all look good. And yeah, you're right, Eric. It made it look, spot on. Like I'm going to give this guy a lot of business.
Well, if he waived the diagnostic fee, I guess that he does think that it's profitable for him to keep doing business with you too. So it did work out.
And I mean, yeah, it was just a couple of days.
Yeah, Eric,
what are you going to charge for this repair then?
Geez, I haven't really decided. My bench fee I put on the paperwork was $30. So I was thinking somewhere between 30 and 45, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do because it was just basically it's a firmware upgrade and a cable. But to me, I mean, the guy felt I don't know what I'm going to do. It's between 35 and 45. I'll charge somewhere around there.
Because you did drive to his house and everything. Sorry to keep interrupting you, Eric.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
You did drive to his house and everything, I'm right? You picked it up from him, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did pick it up. So, okay. I mean, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I mean, I might charge him the full thing. Depends on. I mean, I'm a nice guy, so I don't know. But
nice guy syndrome. Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, I just felt no. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to charge. Maybe around there. But
I did the same thing. I used to do the same thing.
I think I mean, if it was more of work for the other guy, I think I would have charged more. I mean, definitely if it was, but see, I didn't lift a finger to do it, so that's why I kind of feel like I'd be scamming the guy, especially when the guy was only 10. The other shop was 10 minutes away from the customer. So I don't know.
Funny.
It's interesting. Unless you can recommend, if you want to recommend how much you charge. I mean, the guy said he'd only charge if it was a other customer coming on the street, he would charge $35 for it. So, including the cable.
So I was thinking, if you're picking it up from the guy, getting it fixed, bringing it back to him for $40 on something he thought he lost his money on already, man, he's going to be ecstatic that he's got a working. Oh yeah,
he's going to
I would
love
stay
it.
right in that $40 range right there. And make everybody happy, and you probably get a lot of referrals off of that.
Definitely, I mean, it's a tough neighborhood, so I know that they appreciate someone in my price range there. And like I said, it's out of my range, so I don't know if I'd ever go back there. I mean, I might if he spreads word. But those people, he's a really nice guy, and I know that he has good talk. He'll talk up my services and stuff like that. Because at first when I asked the fellow, he said how far I said where I was. I said I was in Taunton. He's like, oh man, that's far away. He said, you will help me? I said, yeah, I'll help you. So well, can you get up here in a couple of days? I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. And I called him and I said, I'm on my way. And he's like, oh wow.
How far away is it?
I don't know. It's 25 minutes.
Okay.
25-minute drive. I mean, but no, it depends on the traffic. So it wasn't too bad, but it was worth it. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is a really strange call that came in this morning. The guy called me and said, "Can you get me past a lock on my laptop?" And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "There's a password on my laptop, and I can't get past it." And I said, "Well," and I told him I explained it as different locks, as the BIOS lock or Windows lock, and he said he wasn't sure, and he's like, "I'll pay you 35." No, I said, I told him, I said if it was just Windows password, that would be, I'll try, it'll take a few minutes, and I could, do it on site, and I could do half an hour charge, or if it was a BIOS password or hard drive password, it's gonna be more. I said, okay, I'll pay you cash. I'll pay you cash on the spot before you get here, and as you get here, and we'll just take care of the lock. And it was very sketchy. Now, my concern here is that the laptop is hot. It's stolen because this guy is really excited to get this password off, and he's not giving me a lot of information. So I'm not really sure what I should do on it. But I mean, he hasn't called me back today. He was supposed to call me back this afternoon for me to meet him, but he hasn't called me back. But I'm really just the vibe I'm getting is that this laptop is hot, and I don't know how I should tread on it. Anything happen like that?
Yeah, you say go with your gut. I would go with your gut on this one too. Is it a bad neighborhood?
No, I mean, well, this is right in town here, so it's not too bad.
I
I
would tell
haven't
him to
got.
bring it in then. I would tell him bring it in. Are you in a shop or are you working at a home?
I work out of the house, so I told him
Okay.
I'd meet him somewhere up the street,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't like people coming to the house. I told him I'd meet him, and I said I'll take a look at it and let you know. Now, my thought is if it has an asset tag from a, a
Right,
corporation,
right.
or if it has someone's name on it or something like that, I'll look at it all through. And I talked over a couple of guys, and they said, well, if you open it up, if this guy's a 50-year-old guy and you open up, it's got Hello Kitty desktop, then maybe you need to check the flags. So
Right.
so we'll see how it turns out. But
Yeah.
it was really weird.
Yeah, if it's a Dell, like you mentioned, I just give them a call and just give them the number, and a lot of times, depending on of course, who you get a hold of, they'll just tell you anything you want to know.
Oh, really? I didn't
So
think about that. Call the
yeah,
manufacturer serial number and see. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
each Dell system has its own service number, so just call them and give them that service number and just see what they'll give you. See if they'll give you a name or anything about it.
Well,
So I've had them a couple of times where they just told you whatever you wanted to know. So
And what is Max? What is it like? Is it the hard drive password, the white screen one, or is it a BIOS password that? Or well, if you didn't get to see the computer, but when
no,
you
I haven't seen it yet.
when
But
you
I
call
mean,
Dell, Max, is it which pass? They give you both passwords?
no, I'm talking about on the bottom of each Dell, it'll have a service tag
Yeah, yeah,
number.
yeah. But you're
Then it'll
calling
have an express code number. Yeah, just call them and give them that, and see if if you can get a name of who it belongs to.
Oh,
Just
they'll tell you whatever you want. They
because
don't.
a lot of times it seems like if you just tell them, hey, I'm a computer technician. I'm working on this customer's computer. Blah 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 blah, and they'll be like, well, yeah, well, this, and this. So
Will they
you know,
tell you passwords? Because a lot of times there's hard drive lock passwords. There's like a
yeah, well, they shouldn't have that though. I mean, I wouldn't know why they would.
I think you're trying to get at is finding out if it's Aunt Ethel that has the laptop, or if it's
Yeah. If
little
it's his
little
laptop,
or if it's
if it's hot,
Joe
if it's,
Schmo.
right.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, if it's hot or not.
Yeah,
Right.
what
So
Max said is right about Dell. They'll tell you that kind of stuff. I've done that before too. But
Okay.
I would have to say, Leaf, go with your instinct.
Yeah, yeah.
You almost have to go out of your way to sound that shady. It's not that big a deal for somebody to call up and say, I forgot my password. But if he doesn't even use the word forgot, that might be that's some red flags.
That's a good point. He didn't say forgot. He just says he needs it removed, and I will
Yeah.
pay cash upon arrival.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was on the phone and it just really sounded like I don't know. It sounded funny. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and I'll follow up with you guys. And if he calls back, I told him the last thing I said is I need to get a picture ID, and I'll take a copy of your license. I thought that was a good idea. Someone brought to me.
And he still
So
wants you to come
we'll
over?
No, well, I don't know. He hasn't got back to me after I
Yeah.
said that. So
You lost him on that.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Damn
yes.
it.
So
We're gonna
I mean,
drive-
well, I mean,
drive
if
past
it
the
was
police.
if it was genuine, then obviously you probably wouldn't have had a problem. But if
That
that
was-
did scare him away, then
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
that's a
a
good
thing.
idea right there. Good thinking.
Yeah, because I was going to think about putting that on. I told him in when I said well, I'll just have to have you sign something to say that it's your laptop. But after I talked to someone this afternoon, they said, well, maybe you should get a copy of their license, just in case. And when I told him that, he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So,
Say we're gonna take a drive down past the police station if you don't mind. Just check you out.
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it weird that I think that I should I just do it? And then, but I say I don't
No.
want to be responsible. I mean, it's I don't know if I should worry about it or just do the
No,
job.
that's not
I
weird.
don't.
Go with your gut. I'd say what Eric said. Go with your gut.
Yeah. I mean, because, you could do it, and then what if you found out it was hot? Then what?
Yeah,
You,
then it
you
comes
don't,
up
you don't
that-
know what kind of guy this is. Was he going to be like, oh, be one of these revenge seekers and hunt you down?
Right.
So-
he thinks that maybe you ratted him out, or he'll drop the dime on you when he gets found with the laptop. Well, I got it from this guy named Lee. That's how I got it.
Yeah.
It was unlocked and ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would blame Leaf. if it was me.
No, of course. Yeah. It's all right.
I used to fix laptops laptops and desktops at a pawn shop, and the main thing they wanted me to do was remove passwords. And then finally, when I started seeing these tags on the computer from like University of Penn, and the lock thing just broken off, those lock things you put those cables through. Yeah. I said, guys, I can't do this anymore. So yeah, it took me more to get my conscience to take over, but I think you did the right thing, Leaf. Personally.
No, I mean, as I said, so I had a really good call today, and I had a really strange call.
Yeah.
So that's
good stuff.
That's that.
Max, how about you?
Alrighty. Gosh, kind of short notice, but hey, I was just thinking, having gone through what I've just gone through, as service techs, with any other job, you get vacation time, just get away from your job. So those of us that are running our own business, how many of us schedule in vacation time just kind of get away and get out of the tech, thinking for a little while, should or should we not do that? So I know I was gone about a little over 4 weeks by the time I actually got back and got settled in, and I actually felt refreshed, not having really to listen to anything. I mean, during the time I was gone, I did catch, the podcast, webcast that you had, parts of it across my Android phone actually, and but other than that, I kind of avoided everything else. So I came back and felt refreshed and kind of had a new insight on the direction I wanted to take my work, and re-altered my business plan that I had down and come up with some new stuff. So just wondering how many of us do that every now and then, because like I say, with a regular job you do it, you take vacation time. So
I think it's very hard for a business owner to realize that vacation time or taking time off is beneficial. Like you said, you refresh and have a new business plan. It's once you're in the thick of it and you're in there in the trenches and working, it's like that's your mind is on production. And I think it's a really good idea to take time off. I do, but it is tough and you got to do it right. But at one point I was lucky. I had my dad working with me. He would stay in the shop for like a week and I would go do something or work on videos or something else. And that really worked out well for me. But if you're a single person, only person in your business, I think it's a good point, Max. Find time to take some vacations and some time off. That's a good thing to bring up. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I say now I took 3 days off, and then I took 4 days off, and I worked for 3 days in between the two, and it wasn't, it worked off. My phone was never turned off. I mean, I'm always going to take the phone calls, but I didn't do just like a big block at a time. I know, Max, you didn't have a choice, but that's how I did it. And they were all within the same 2-week period. We went camping for 4 days, and we went somewhere else for a few more days. And it worked out for the family and worked out for us. And I got, if it was an emergency, I could say I'm, 2 days away from it. I'm sorry, but, it's going to be 2 days.
Yeah,
now my thought. Well, I was going to say my thought. If you're really busy and you feel that you need to do this, I mean, you can go. If you have business customers, you can contact them a week out or 2 weeks out and say, I'm going to be gone. Maybe you have something that you need done. I can help you right now, or we can schedule it for afterwards. But I mean, you may want to think about subcontracting to someone in the area, that's someone you trust. I mean, I have a couple guys that I'm really close with, so if I ever need someone on a spot where I'm really unavailable, I could call them up and they could, help me out and try to work something out that way. I mean, that's just in case. But like when I had my thing a few weeks ago, I had told my business customers, I said I will not be available due to personal issues. They were fine with it, and they said, well, just whenever you get back, come back, and we'll pick up whatever you need and things like that. So that was pretty good. But I mean, also if you could find someone, if you're super busy and you need emergency time off, try to find someone that you can trust to come in and maybe help you out.
That is a good point as well. Good one, Leaf. Comments?
Yeah, you gotta think outside the box, and if you want your business to keep on moving, sometimes you can't just lock the door. You need to have something in place for people to know that you're going to be there, even if you physically are not there. Keep your brand going.
What do you guys think?
I really agree with Leaf on getting a hold of your business customers ahead of time and letting them know what's going to be coming up soon. And like you said, Leaf, perfect. Is there anything you think you might need done I can do right now? That's awesome. I don't partner up with anybody right now. I'm not saying that I won't ever, but that didn't work for me. Yeah,